I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
¿Qué? Está por cocina, ¿qué dices?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
This is legit.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Pues aquí no le daría miedo a esa casa, güey.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
¿Me puedo subir la sensibilidad? ¿Se ve bien, güey? Dime por favor si se ve bien.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
No, creo que no lo conozco, güey. Sukumal. Este güey, chinga tu madre. Ya me la
The
aplicaste.
power had been turned off the night we left.
Ya me la aplicaste, pinche culo.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Sí, nuestra gata. Ahorita ya no mames, apenas acabo de empezar.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Un ratito más, ¿no? Aquí son las 8:30. A las 9:30.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Igual, pero pues ya de todos modos que se quede esto así, que lo vea cuevas.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
5 horas, por eso lo quise reiniciar para que... Pues para que no volvieran a ver todos los vídeos anteriores y hacerlo en directo mejor.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Sí, güey.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Me acuerdo que aquí... Eso se paraba, ¿no? No me acuerdo cómo era. Creo que era dejar de girar. Digo, seguir girando sin parar. No. Si no me recuerdo, aquí salía algo. Creo que una llave. Eso de aquí es una llave, no me acuerdo bien. Era al revés, no me acuerdo. Te voy a volver a intentar. A ver. No. ¿Cómo era? No me acuerdo. Fuck. Sí, había una forma. Esto era una llave, si no me recuerdo. Pero no me acuerdo cómo era para sacarla. Que yo recuerda era no dejar de girarlo, pero le doy y automáticamente se abre la caja. Sácatelo.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back. I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
No mames.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
A la verga.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Tu tiburón a la verga. Malditas drogas. Canta, cabrón.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Sí, bro, es el de las pizzas. Es el que subí ese tiempo, pero no lo terminé.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Básicamente es la historia de una familia que tenía como una tipo maldición que toda la familia iba a morir
Grabbed
por
on tight. I was
accidentes
so
diferentes.
hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Mira, así de grande la tengo.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Adiós.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Ah, la música.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. all of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, that was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.